welcome back. We're gonna do Darren's 6-month video update. He is now 6 months old. Look at that smile. He's actually 6 months and like a week now. I wanted to wait until after his first visit, his 6-month well baby visit before doing the video, so I could have an accurate number on how much he weighs. So we went in yesterday for his appointment, and he weighs 15 pounds, 2 ounces, and he is 27 inches long. So he's still like on the lower end as far as weight, but the doctor is fine with his weight gain now. He's actually gaining weight. And then he is pretty long, he said, for his age. So it looks like he's just going to be a long, slender boy, which isn't really too much of a big deal. Me and my husband are both pretty thin. And my husband's tall. He's about 6 foot. So there's that. And I never gave you guys an update on the breastfeeding, but since we saw the chiropractor and the lactation consultant, he's been doing amazing. I don't have to pump all the time anymore. He latches really, really good. He empties my breast now. I'm not really getting very many clogs very often. It's pretty rare. It's only when I'm working. And he still wakes up about maybe 2 times a night to feed, but he's only doing it mostly for comfort because he doesn't really stay attached that long. But I'm okay with it because it's keeping my supply up since I'm a working mom. So I don't really wake up when it happens. There's only like maybe one night a week now where he's starting to just kick and be awake. I don't know what that's been about. We did just start solids, so maybe he's trying to digest food and his tummy hurts. I'm not sure. But that's what's going on with him there. I'm so excited that we are still able to breastfeed. He's latching, he's eating enough, he's gaining weight. It's been so much easier. I'm so glad that I stuck with it. So if you guys are watching this video, if there's anyone out there who's like struggling with breastfeeding, I can tell you it is a long process, but it does get easier. For us, it took a while because I was new at it, so I didn't really know that it was wrong or we were doing it wrong until he wasn't gaining weight, because at first he was gaining adequate amount of weight. So yeah, if you're watching, it's so worth it. I love doing it. It's so convenient now when we go out in public. I'm not really embarrassed about feeding. I still don't use a cover just because I'm not comfortable with the cover. It's hard, and he doesn't like it. He delatches and stuff. But I use the 2-shirt method. I'm actually wearing 2 shirts right now. I wear a spaghetti strap underneath my shirt, so when I feed, I lift up one shirt, lift one down, and then breastfeed like that. So you can't even really see anything other than a baby's mouth there, and barely any skin. So I feel comfortable doing that. So whenever we go out, and we can eat in public now, and I most of the time feel comfortable feeding him as long as like I have a nice area to sit and I'm not like standing or something. Other than that, I'll do it in the car. The thing that's nice now is before he was eating for like 45 minutes to an hour because he wasn't getting anything, and I didn't know that. Now he eats for about sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 15, sometimes 20. Usually on average it's about 15 minutes. So that's totally doable. It's easy. I have a lot more time now. My house is semi-cleaner because he is taking longer naps too. He's more full, he's more content, so it's been a lot better. So going on with him, he is cutting his first tooth right now as we speak, and you can actually feel it with your finger. It's super, super sharp. It's his lower left incisor that's coming in. And I'm surprised how fast it came. I wasn't really expecting it for a while. But it's about a week ago, or maybe 4 days ago, I noticed it was even more pronounced and swollen than usual. And then he was really fussy one night, and I looked, and I could actually see a hole in his gum. And then this morning, now there's an actual, like, a tiny tip of the tooth. So that's cool. He knows how to play with everything in his exerciser now. I don't know if you guys had noticed that. But he knows how to play with his birdie. His favorite is the blocks. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but there's these blocks that you like remove and put into place, and it makes noise. He loves that. He knows how to push all his little things to make them sing to him and play music. Right now he's chewing on a wet, cold washcloth that I got for him because he's teething. But he loves his little exerciser now. Hi, Darren. Yeah. He can roll from front to back to front, you know, vice versa. He does that just fine now. We started solids for the first time right when he was 6 months old, so it's like a week and 1 day ago. His first food was peas, and he didn't really seem to love it or hate it. He was indifferent. And then the next time he seemed to hate it, and then the time after that he seemed to love it. So he's just kind of all over the place with that right now. After that, we've introduced just a couple foods. I wait about 3 days before introducing another food. So he's had peas, and he's had carrots and sweet potato, and the newest one he just had was bananas. So he's had 4 foods. He loves bananas. Like, that's the one food he'll actually grab the spoon and want more. The other times he goes, like, he knows when he doesn't want any more, he kind of closes his mouth and pushes away. I make all of the food myself. So far, it's pretty easy and way, way cheaper than buying the little baby jar food. I just, usually I'll boil it or steam it or roast it in the oven. Yeah. Oh. And I put it in a food processor, or I just blend it with a fork. I don't even make sure it's super pureed. Like, the bananas were a little chunky. I added a tiny, tiny amount of hot filtered water, reverse osmosis, to that. The peas were a little on the dry side, so I did add breast milk to that, and I actually had to use the food processor for that one. I plan on feeding him avocado next, and then eventually I do want to see how oatmeal goes with him. I have some steel cut oatmeal I want to feed him, so I'm kind of like introducing more textures. It's not super, super smooth food. He does seem to prefer it when it's watered down, but I'm trying to get him used to textures like soon. But it's been going really, really well. If you guys have any questions about how I process the food, you know, you can just ask below. I do, after I food process it, or smash it with a fork or whatever, I will put it in an ice cube tray, put a little cellophane on top, put it in the freezer, pop them out, and then put them in a frozen plastic Ziploc baggie, and I put the date and what it is. And then when it's time to eat, I just take it out. I put it in a glass little mason jar, and I either will let it sit in the fridge or on the counter, and it doesn't take long to defrost. Or if I'm in a hurry, I'll put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds. Or sometimes I can just put a little hot water in it and it's fine. Just depends on what we're doing and how fast we want to go. And so let's see what else. Oh, he likes peekaboo. He likes playing peekaboo. Yes. He's starting to get shy now. He can recognize faces, and when he sees a face he doesn't recognize, he'll kind of turn away and then look back. That's kind of cute. He likes to be rocked to sleep now. Sometimes he'll fall asleep at the boob, but for the most part, he's starting to not want to fall asleep with the boob in his mouth. He wants to be just held and rocked. It's kind of sweet. He likes to go in a stroller now. Before he didn't. In fact, we went on a crazy, crazy hike to the lodge for his first time today. He did really good. He didn't fuss at all, and we were like off-roading, and it was really bumpy, and I was worried I was going to give him whiplash. But he did good. He loves music. And I think that's pretty much about it with him. Want to say hi? Come here. Yeah. Let's say hi. Oh. Say hi, YouTubes. Hi. Yay. What's that? He wants to put everything in his mouth, but of course he's been doing that for a while now. He's really, really a lot of fun now. We're just enjoying him, and I'm really happy and sad at the same time that his first tooth is coming in. It's like mixed emotions. I'm sad that I'll never see his little gummy smile again, but I'm super happy and excited to brush his teeth and to go into the new stages and him eating food. I do want to do a little bit of baby-led weaning for the food. I want to start, scrambled eggs and pretty much anything we're eating, if it's soft enough, just let him go at it and eat it. But after maybe in a month or so, we'll probably do more of that. I just want to introduce the more pureed foods for now. So, what, buddy? You want your washcloth? Here you go. Ooh. Yeah. All in all, he's a pretty happy kid, especially now that I'm not starving him. he does a lot better. He likes routine. He wakes up around about anywhere from 5 or 6 in the morning is when he likes to wake up. I will wake him up around 4:30 when I go to work so I can say bye to him and breastfeed him. But on my weekends, he usually will wake up at 5 or 6. And then he likes to go down for his first nap around 8, and then he wakes up. He takes a short morning one, and then he takes his longest one usually around noon. That'll be his longest one. He'll take it for like maybe 2 hours if I'm lucky. And then he takes one almost about now, like late afternoon, around 4 to 5. He'll take another one. So he's still at 3 naps a day. And I think that's it. Yay! Say bye, Darren. What are you looking at? He really, really wants my folder. Here, my notebook. Is this what you want? Yeah? He reaches for stuff now. When they fall, he looks at them. He knows that they've fallen. He can hear voices from across the room and he'll turn. So I think he's doing all the milestone things. Oh, he can't sit up all the way on his own yet, but he can maybe for like a second, and then he'll fall forward a little bit. Sometimes I can just prop him up with his hands or something and he's okay. Or if he's in between my legs, he can sit up that way. But I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I do want to do more videos, but we've been so busy with his chiropractor appointments and everything. It's been really, really hard, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching our updates. We'll see you later. Say bye. Look at the camera, Darren. Look at yourself. He's so into that notebook, he won't even look at himself. Really, boy? Really, boy? Sorry. Really? Okay, bye, guys.